During the Second World War, the leaders of the great non-Axis world powers met in secret in order to discuss a military alliance against Nazi Germany and its allies. As the war approached its end, it was inevitable to be talks about the spoils of war. Because of this, Winston Churchill had attempted to strike a bargain with Stalin with his percentages agreement, where the Eastern European nations would be split among the Soviet Union and the Western powers by percentages. But the plan dropped and the nations were split fully to the winners. West of Germany, including Italy, would stay Western, while east of Germany, besides Greece, belonged to the Soviet Union. As a result, Stalin had imposed a few years of reigning with an iron fist on the Eastern nations, establishing communist-aligned people to control and rig elections in favor of Moscow. Thus, the creation of the Eastern Bloc was made. But the newly Eastern communist nations knew that their people were in power only as long as Stalin had an interest in them. This is where the Stalin cities come into play. Welcome to the Eastern Bloc. The Stalin cities were basically cities of the Eastern Bloc nations, named after the leader of the Soviet Union in order to appease him and ensure good relations with him. In Poland, the city, Katowice, was renamed Stalinograd, while in Romania, the city of Brașov was renamed Orașul Stalin, Stalin City, and the whole county was renamed to Regiunea Stalin, the Stalin region. But the quick question will come to mind: why rename them? Stalin was known to the world as a ruthless man. During the Great Purge before the start of the Second World War, Stalin started a series of mass executions among the populace and the military officials, those he deemed not trustworthy enough or not socialist enough, excuses to put the people he trusted in power and get rid of anyone he deemed even slightly a problem. In order for the Eastern nations' ruling elite to not wake up with the KGB or worse, the Red Army on their doorstep at the orders of Stalin, they all began to flatter the great socialist leader in hopes that they will not be removed from power or executed. The Stalin cities phenomenon was nothing less than a desperate struggle for the communist elite to keep themselves safe from the bloodthirsty tyrant of the Soviet Union. Now, how did an already existing city change its name? The process was quite simple. The propaganda of the communist state will issue a series of newspapers mentioning the eagerness and the desire of the city's population to receive the honor of changing its name to resemble the great supreme commander and great leader Iosif Stalin. For example, the city of Brașov, Romania, issues a series of newspapers on the 19th of August 1950, claiming that the population, which included a few tens of thousands of working-class people, wishes to change the name of the city in honor of Stalin. Due to the communist secret police and the reign of terror, no one dared to oppose or even say anything against the fake narrative. Therefore, on the 22nd of August 1950, the communist government listened to the pleas of the people and changed the name of Brașov to Orașul Stalin. Dear comrades, at the initiative of the CFR workers, we, the working people of Brașov, have decided to propose the change of our city's name in order to give it the name of the great genius of the working class, our dear and beloved friend of the working people in our country, our teacher and our liberator, the great Stalin. Our city is one of the main industrial centers of our country. Its great companies, such as Sovrom Tractor, tractor factory, such as the metallurgical business, the Red Flag, and many others, are well known among the working class of the country. In our city live and work brotherly Romanian workers, Hungarian workers, and workers from many other nations. We are convinced that the ruling party of the Romanian Popular Republic will satisfy our fiery wish and will give our city this high honor to wear the name of Orașul Stalin. Another Stalin city mentioned before was the city of Katowice in Poland. Prior to the war, Katowice was a strong industrial city, being rich in mineral, especially coal, and having a strong steel industrial complex. At the Second World War, the German terror reigned over all of Poland. Murder and deportation of civilian population was the norm. In order to fight back, the remaining Polish resistance had to sabotage the roads and industrial complexes that the Germans used to fuel their war machine. After the Second World War, the city had quickly developed its heavy industry back, which in turn made it the most industrial Polish city, besides already being a major administrative center. With the city developing, so did the population rise due to an influx of migrants from the eastern borderlands, that being the eastern regions of Poland. Due to its importance as an industrial city, on 7th of March 1953, the Polish Communist government had decided to change the city's name to Stalinograd, in honor of Stalin. The change was brought upon by an issued decree of the State Council. The date of the alteration of the city name was neither a coincidence or accidental, as it happened on the day of Stalin's death. In this way, the Polish United Workers' Party and the Socialist Authority wanted to pay tribute to the dictator. The new name never got accepted by the citizens, and on 10th of December 1956, the former Polish name was restored. The Stalin cities phenomenon was a desperate attempt of the Eastern nations to appease their Soviet overlords, either out of fear of being replaced, desire to get further economic and political incentive, or fanatical loyalty. To the world, even to this day, by most people, Stalin was a maniac and a bloodthirsty murderer who was only looking to maintain his seat of power. Were there people who were truly loyal to him and looked up to him as a role model? Without a doubt. Sadly, people to this day would rather believe lies that feed their agenda and political views than accept the truth that they could be wrong.